Hi everyone, welcome to MASH Maths. We are studying chapter 14 statistics. In this video, we are studying introduction to exercise 14.1. We had been studying the grouped data in which there are three methods are there: direct method, assumed mean method and step deviation method. Already I have explained to you direct method and assumed mean method. In this video, we are going to study step deviation method, which is much easier than this two method. So when I taught you direct method, I told you how to find the class interval and how to write the number of students and how to find the class marks. All these three column how to write, I have explained to you when I taught you the direct method. So now the next assumed mean method, this three column remains the same. Okay, so the same question we have taken, we are not changed the question. That is, there are number of 30 students are there who have written the maths test out of 100 marks, and their marks are written, and we have grouped them and made the class interval of 15. So we have made it, and then we have to find the mean of it. So when I explained to direct method, all these three column in detail I explained to you. Please go through that, then you will understand the important point. If the child getting 25 marks, we should not write here, we have to write here, because 25 begins here, so here we have to write. So that part we have to take care very well. So then class mark also I explained to you how to write down. So 10 plus 25 divided by 2. So that average we have to write down in the class mark. So direct method I said both we will multiply and write down total and find the average of it. And in assumed mean method, this all three step remains the same. This all three column is compulsory for all three method. Up to xi is compulsory to calculate. So assumed mean method, the same thing we have copied down. Then we have to find out the a value. I said we have to assume the central number you have to take and mean it as assume. We have to assume mean we have to take it, so that we write as a. And I explained to you in shortcut how to write this column di. I explained to you that class interval where a you have written, you have to write 0 there, and then up and down you just write the tables of class interval. Class interval here we found out 15. That is class interval. I told you how to find out from upper limit minus lower limit, you will get the class interval, and that table of that you will write on top and down, and on top you will put it in negative sign. So that's a shortcut I explained to you when I explained to you assumed mean method. So then afterwards fi and di we have to multiply and then get the total of it, and this is the formula I said. So instead of xi we have to just write here di. So fi di. So this is what we have to write, and then since we know the a value, so we add here a plus. Now we are going to see step deviation method, which I told you very easy. Now step deviation method also same thing, only one more step will come, one more column extra will come, but up to here it's the same. So up to di you have to write for step deviation method. So di so easy, you don't need to calculate, just write the table of that I told you. So all these columns are compulsory. Up to here you have to write down. Now next how to do I'll explain to you. So this is step deviation method. All four columns I have written down. What is there already assumed mean method, what we have written, this same column fi, xi and di. So up to here same only you have to do. So di there is no calculation as such, I told you. Next one more column what you have to add is ui. Okay, so ui is calculated like this: xi minus a upon h. H is nothing but it is class interval. Xi minus a is, this is di. So di only, what we have written di, that is what xi minus a. So already I told you how to write di. There is no calculation. Where assumed mean method, this is what we have assumed. Okay, this is our a. I told you if it is even number, then 2 number will come in the center, but we choose any one. So the smaller number we choose it. So directly where a is there, we have to write down 0, and then on top and down you have to write the tables of the class interval. Class interval, how to find out? I told you upper limit, this is called upper limit, this is called lower limit. From upper limit you minus lower limit, you will get the class interval. So class interval is h. Okay, so here upper limit is what? Let me write down for your sake. Class interval is upper limit minus lower limit. So upper limit is 25, lower limit is 10, so we get 15. So this is class interval 15. So class interval is 15. So I told you where a is there, you have to put 0 and just write the table 15 top, table 15 down, and top you put negative. So that's how we get the di. So you don't need to do all this calculation, directly you can do the di. So once you finish this step, next step is ui, where xi minus a upon h. H is nothing but it is class interval. So you see here, h is actually class interval, upper limit minus lower limit. So class interval is 15. Okay. So, and xi minus a is what? Actually di. So that means ui means di upon h. Okay. So that means minus 30 you have to divide by h. H is what? 15. Let me explain to you. See, ui is what? Actually di upon h. Okay. So now di is here is what? 17 point, sorry, di is here minus 30. Di is minus 30. Then h is what? Class interval, right? Class interval I told you 15. So 15. So then when you minus, you will get minus 2. Okay. So that's how we have to do the calculation here. So then minus 15 also you will divide by 15. 0 you will divide by 15. Okay. So you don't need to do all this calculation. Easy method I'll explain to you. As I told you, easy method for di, shortcut. Same way I'll tell you shortcut for ui. Ui is so easy. You don't need to do anything. All that you have to do is where you have written 0, you just write down 0 here. So you don't need to do all this calculation what I taught you. This calculation you don't need to do. Just where you have 0, write down 0 and just write 1 to 3. Bas 1, 2. Here also 1, 2, then 3. Just write 1 to 3. Where on top put it negative. Okay. So you'll get this value only. You see here what we did. One calculation we did. We got minus 2, right? So we have the minus 2 here. So that's how you will get it. You see? It's clear now? Now let me remove this. See, step deviation method, there is no calculation. Di, I told you how to do the shortcut. Same way, ui, I told you how to do the shortcut. Where you have 0, put 0 and put 1 to 3, 1 to 3 down, and up will be negative. Here what we did, where a value is there, we put the 0 and then class interval table we wrote down, and up will be negative, down it is positive. So here where 0, put the 0, 1 to 3 and 1 to 3. Then up will be negative. So there is no calculation only. So now last step what it is? Now fi and ui. Once you found out ui, then fi and ui. You see the calculation has become still less number to multiply. So 2 into minus 2, 4, minus 4. So like that you have to multiply fi and ui, fi and ui, fi, ui. So like this you will multiply. Then summation of fi and ui. So now you see this will be minus 7 and this is positive number. From positive number total you minus the negative number total, you will get 29. So then the formula also same only. This is the formula for step deviation method. So where you have to, this is assumed mean method, you had written same formula only h becomes extra here. So h you have to write down, and this instead of xi for the direct method and in assumed mean method here it comes a di, but in step deviation method it becomes ui. Rest remains the same. Okay, so same formula only, there is no much difference to remember. So you know the value of a and then value of h. H I told you it is class interval, and then fi ui, that is summation that is 29 upon 30. So when you 15 into 29, when you multiply you get 435 upon 30. So with table 3 you will get 10 here, one time here it will come 4 times, then here it will come 5 times. So you get 145 upon 10. So 10 is here. So after one digit we will put the decimal. So 14.5. So then when you sum up, you get x bar 62. So same answer only you are getting. See, direct method, what happens? You have to calculate it becomes a bigger number. So it becomes bigger number to multiply, and then total also is a bigger number, and then you have to divide also bigger number. Then formula is same, fi xi upon fi. Then assumed mean method. Assumed mean method, one more step you have to find out di, where you multiply then fi and di. Then what happens? This is still smaller number. Your total becomes still smaller. So this all becomes a smaller to multiply. It becomes a smaller number, and then total also is smaller number. And then only a we have to add, instead of xi we write di here. Then you calculate, you will get the same answer only. Then step deviation method, one more step you add, that is ui. With all this step, see, still it becomes a still more smaller number it becomes. So your calculation, your multiplication becomes very smaller number. So your total also has become very small. So that becomes very easy for you to calculate with a smaller number. Your answer becomes same. And then formula also with assumed mean method only, a you have. So in that h you have to add, and here instead of xi you have to put ui. So that's it. So step deviation method is very easy, because this two column and there is nothing to calculate, and so it becomes very, you can close your eyes and write down these two columns, and then it becomes very easy the calculation. That's why I'm saying step deviation method is very easy. Now when I'm explaining to you the sums, you will understand better that step deviation is more or the best way to solve the sums, that you will understand when as we are doing the sums. So thank you. God bless you.